I think this is disgusting underneath, so it's mostly just glued down. But let's see how it, once we peel it off of here. What it looks like underneath. Oh man, here, let me take that. Yeah, that is the bottom of our 3/4 inch plywood. I'll think about what if I'm gonna replace with 3/4, I'm gonna get something else. But yeah, I guess the next 2 days is also, it's gonna be pretty easy. Yeah, though I don't know if we need this backing. The backing is shot, so it's gone. Biggest thing is just pulling these staples out and then restapling it, using that as a template if there's much of a template, and then restapling it back together. Yeah. So I could see this screw down below. All the other screws actually fell out. So yeah, you can see the discoloration down below, but only one screw was even still there. I tried to pull the screws out, but they were just spinning in those other holes. No wonder why. It's hard to see because there's carpet there. You can't see what's like under the carpet, but you can see that screw head nicely. And then this was actually bolted to this. These are, I don't know how I get to this one. It would be extremely difficult to get to these screws right here because they're 10 millimeter back and getting into the back. These you could get to from this little access hole right here, but getting to those is extremely difficult. So I don't know. Not that I care too much. I could just do this side. All right, pop it off and clean some of this up. Well, here is the carnage laid out in the garage. These are connected very weirdly. I think most of this I'm going to be able to take apart and use it as a template. This part here is completely gone. This one I think I can use as a template. In worst case, this one looks like there's just none left. It's all tiny pieces. So I think I can use the foam as a template, and then obviously the foam as well. But what was weird here as well is I can't tell the way this is rotted away. This piece was screwed down and attached here from this way. So this was, I don't even know. I think this was flat. And you see here, this one has a screw in it here. Here's a screw. And I think this was screwed this way into this one. Yeah, so I see a hole right here, and the other hole's over here somewhere. So I think they used the material to attach it to this one with like 4 screws. Yeah, you can hear the confusion in my voice. I have no idea. So I'm thinking, I don't know how far. I just don't know how much we've lost over here, because the gap. The gap between these cushions is really small. So I'm thinking that this is pretty much where it goes. And I'm thinking this one. I mean, I don't see this. This was stapled to the side of the board, and then I'm guessing, yeah, it came in here and then just came out. I don't think it was much longer than that. I don't think so. So, all right, I'm gonna set up the camera, and the first thing I gotta do is get all these staples out, and that's gonna be, that's gonna be a small waste of my life that's about to happen. So let's get that going. this is the during. It's just a total mess here. Nothing to see. Luckily, this is somewhat of a template. Yeah, but only a few more staples to go, a little over 500. Doesn't count some that just came out with the black cloth cover. But I've got this plastic PVC board from Lowe's. That's what I'm going to use to replace this with. It's only a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to use 2, and I'm going to glue it together. Screws, if I can put a couple screws in there, but yeah, I'm going to lay this on top, draw the template. So I'm going to lay this. So this was cushion up on this side. It was also glued, so I had to use the pry bar to scrape it off because it was also glued. So the part that was good enough to be glued was glued, so that was glued. So that's off. So I'm going to lay it down face down, then I'm going to use the actual foam as the rest of the template where the template was destroyed and gone. So that's my plan, because on there's a small piece here, very small piece is all that was left of that, but luckily it does have some type of a cutout in it. So all right, let me lay it down and draw the template. I'm gonna put it together a little bit differently. I'm not gonna do the fold over and staple however the weird heck they did it, because yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. If I just put an extra screw in these, I think I'll be just fine and I won't need to do that. So that's my plan. I'm gonna take the staples out of this. There was growing colonies of stuff in this one, so I'll also rebuild the cup holders. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to that one and these. Let's do it. All right, so you can see how I traced out the other piece. Looks pretty good for the most part. Don't think it's got to be perfect. I think I'll get it, but now I've got this one laid out, and I'm simply going to trace it with a pencil. This is all there is to it. I'll stay tight here against the edge. There we go. And now I know that this edge here has this cutout. Don't know what it's for, but it was there. So yeah, looks pretty good. Now I am going to cut this, but I think I'm going to let all that stuff sit here to dry out until tomorrow, because it's a mess. But it should all kind of lay on and staple together pretty easy tomorrow, I think. So that won't be too bad, but it'll dry out tonight. It's still a little wet. Now there's a part it can dry. Finished drying. It was here last night, but the parts that were together did not dry. So yeah, that's the mess it made. This is where we're at. I got some stainless steel staples, and I got this old staple gun I bought years ago. I do have to figure out how I'm going to rebuild that cup holder though. They may have to go on the boat at a later date, but it's there, ready to go. All right, let's make sure these two pieces are even, and then I'm going to start cutting. It's dark out. Just used a jigsaw. The old Porter cable batteries kept dying, but yeah, they're all cut out. Here is the little side piece. Here's the bottom, and then all the pieces for the cup holder there. I've just got to drill the holes tomorrow. These aren't as big of a deal. So these are the size for the cup holders. These are just drains. So I think this one actually lines up here. Actually here, I believe. Yeah, so it lines up like this. Yeah, I don't know why this is cut out when this is cut. I think it might be there might be more than one boat that this works with, but whatever. This one, I just cut it exactly how it was. So this one fits here, and then these two holes that I've yet to cut actually line up with those, so that the any water can just drain out if the seats do get wet. So yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I'll drill these holes, build this, build Mr. Cup holder there, and then throw it together. I think we'll be done. Yeah. So yeah, I look forward to finishing this tomorrow, and for that to dry over there, and we'll wipe it down a little bit. But yeah, just cleaning up the mess here. It's disgusting. So almost done. Layers and layers of flaky layers of plywood. 1,000 staples. Keep finding them. You know, they keep nearly cutting me, and I keep pulling them out. But I do have the first couple pieces of foam laid out. I got the armrest back on there. It's not perfect, but looks good. I put it on upside down first on accident, and then almost completely had it on and realized I need to flip it over. No, I did completely have it on. So I flipped it over. Now it's right. And once I was laying these out, I was like, these cushions don't match with this one. So it does now. But yeah, I just really reverse engineered it. I rebuilt the box there. I think I had the pieces, showed you the pieces. That was last night. Built that little box. Obviously cut out the holes. Made sure the other drain holes underneath these cup holders line up. And that's it. So now I'm gonna, so now it has more staples here, along the edge of this. So this one gonna go down, and staples down here. So I'm gonna do that. Don't know if I can get you in good with the camera, but I'm gonna do my best, or not. And then work it in. Got some bleach to clean it up, and yeah, get this thing back together. Let's do it. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna go one piece at a time. Staple under here, put the other piece over, get it all around, and yeah, that's it. Just a lot of stapling, kind of back over what we're stapled before. So I'm gonna get to it. Well, I'll tell you that I have zero aspirations to do boat upholstery, unless I was making 7 or 8 figures. But I would say this turned out pretty well. Still got some of the imperfections. I have some solutions for these, but yeah, a little more bleach, cleaning, and it'll turn out good. But this one is acceptable. So yeah, just got to do that one the same way. I think that one will be a little bit easier, since it didn't have that internal cloth to hold those separate cushions down. But yeah, this one turned out marvelously. So again, it's some pretty dirty upholstery. Probably needs to be completely redone, but it's back in. It's not rotted. The one thing I would say with this plastic PVC, even with this seat here, when somebody sits on it, it flexes quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna have to put find a piece of aluminum or something on the bottom to run across the bottom, and put a couple screws in it underneath, and that'll stiffen it up. Otherwise, the rest is supported. So even from this side here, it's supported, and over here. So yeah, I might put. I don't think I need any more screws on the bottom. This bracketry for this seat back is a pain and a half, but we got it. And I used some Eternabond here to cover the holes. So Eternabond seemed to do great. RV roofs, RV stuff, or upholstery. So seemed to cover the holes. I wiped it down with acetone around the holes. I guess you could probably use alcohol or denatured alcohol, but that worked. So now we're all set, and this thing is ready to be sat on when we go for a ride. All right, guys, that's it for the upholstery. So thanks a lot, and we'll see what's next for this boat.